Okay, today we're going to assemble a Vicehead Resinworks N-Scale 9100 Reading flat car. Very similar to the Pennsylvania F34 flat car, so this video is going to cover both. This is your F34 flat car chassis. You can see the deck is a little bit different. Your sides are a little bit different, you'll notice that, but we do have the proper holes in the deck for the F34. Everything's to scale, modeled accurately. The coupler boxes are a little off, but you gotta fit a coupler that's gonna work. So that's pretty much every N-scale car out there. The coupler boxes are big, that's a known thing. But other than that, everything else here is dimensionally accurate and to an exacting specification on these cars. So that's your F34 from the Pennsylvania Railroad, and here is your Reading 9100 car. So we have the chassis already decaled. It's not perfect decals. They're a little bit off, but they will do. You can see we have the proper bolstering plates on either side, or jacking plates. I'm not sure what they are, but there's these little details are here. We have the wider lip than the F34 here on the one side, and the proper decking pattern, including 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 square holes in the end, which were for staking and whatnot. So the 9100 Reading car is actually fairly specific, whereas the F34 car will do Southern Pacific, CNNW, and a couple other 200-ton flat cars. The 9100 is very specific, so we are including the 9100 as its own kit here. So that being said, we're going to put this together today. I already have decals and paint on it. The kit does come with some wire that you can do a few little grab irons on if you want there. And you can do the brake wheel rods. So if you are going to do the brake wheel rods, I'll give you a quick idea where they would go. If you look, there's 2 of these holes, these square holes, and there's 3. So the brake rod would go right there where that 3rd hole would go on that side. And then on this side, mirrors to the other side. Go right in there. So if you want to put those in, go ahead. I am still working on making those look good, just as I am with grab handles. So they're not going to be done on this car. This is going to be a car used for display purposes. So we do have the side stirrups here, which are double step stirrups and correct there for you. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. It's not a hard kit to assemble. To start off with, it does come with wheels. We are going to use the wheels it comes with. They are resin. They are dimensionally accurate. They are not functionally accurate. So you would be able to roll the car around on these, but I would not run it very often on them, unfortunately. And if you do want to go ahead and use it as a car, you will have to pick the wheels of your choice and make them work. So the plastic wheels, you can take the flanges and you can sand them down to be accurate if you find the right size wheel. I think it's a 32 or 33 inch wheel. I do list it on the listing for it. But yeah, you will have to sand flanges down. Metal wheels, you will have to get something with dimensionally accurate wheels. They are out there. There are ones that work. These are perfect. They work great. The tolerances on these were tight to start with. So then we have our trucks right here, nice and easy. There's 4 of those, and spreader bars which connect the trucks. There will be some hardware in the kit also. And we have coupler covers, brake valves, and brake cans, which the valves and cans you could put on the bottom if you wanted to. I may or may not do that on this one. We'll find out. So first step of putting them together is to assemble your trucks. Simply take your trucks and put your wheels in them. Now these wheels are on a test print, and the nubs didn't work out too well on the one end. So I will be gluing those into place just for display purposes, or putting other wheels on it at that point. But you spread the trucks out a little bit and put one piece in. You grab right here, spread the truck out, and put the other piece in. Actually, this one does have the nub, so we can show you. And you get it lined up into the little tiny indent in the truck there. And I'm having a horrible time doing this on camera right now, but they're just like any other wheels into N scale trucks. There we go. So then you can take that, and you do have a few pieces of hardware. They are screws and washers, which we have right here in a bowl off screen so I don't lose them all. So you can take the screws and the washers, just like that, and then you can put a spreader bar down, put your trucks on to your spreader bar. Depending on how much paint you put on there, you may have some clearance issues and have to sand things down. Kind of a, depends how much paint you put on. You usually take a decent coat, and these move with a little resistance, so after a couple twists back and forth, they should do perfectly fine. You don't want to over tighten these screws, so after you get them snug, back them out a little bit so there's a little slop in it. And there you go. I'm going to do that for the rest of them, and come back and show you how it goes together. Okay, so I got some sub-assemblies done for you here. First thing I want to mention is our couplers. Bachmann EasyMate 78502 is what these are designed to work with. They are simply the couplers with that style end on them. That'll focus there. That circle with the little tabs. So, nice and simple, just like putting couplers on pretty much anything else with that. Go ahead and put your coupler in place and right over that piece. It's just a little tab that the coupler goes over. And right over there. So nice and simple. Then we do have coupler boxes, which are these pieces here, which I'm popping off screen. There we go. So these are your coupler boxes. They have obviously specific orientation there. So the wide part goes towards the center of the car, and the little tabs, if I can grab this in a good manner, little tabs will wind up going and clicking in to the box there. It's going to be kind of finicky. Or did it go the other way? It might have. Yeah, I think it does. That's my mistake. I think the wide part goes out. And sometimes these don't cooperate with me very well. They usually do click in, but I'm trying to do this on camera. So either way, they'll have a little click in there. If you're running the car heavy, I put some kind of glue on that. If you're running the car, or if you're sitting the car on the sidelines, and just using it lightly, you shouldn't need some kind of glue, and everything should just hold in on its own. But if you are running the car heavily, you're going to want to put some kind of glue on that to hold it in place. So your choice there. And you could even just run a sheet of styrene over that. I did not clean up the inside of these boxes very well. So there will be supports, unfortunately, that go in there, and you'll have to do a little bit of cleanup. And that might be part of the issue I'm having too. So I will deal with those a little more closely off camera, so you don't have to watch me mess around with them, but we'll get back to the build here. So I do have two different sets of trucks. And I just flipped those out. So the first set here is with the resin wheels. You can see how you have the proper size, clearance, shape, and everything else with the resin wheels there. When you go ahead and put these on, you can see one part of the dog bone here, right there, is chopped down. So that part goes towards your coupler. And that is key for making this work, because if you don't do that, it isn't going to line up. Now, I did have the screw in the hole ready to go to make this easier, but I just messed that up. So you can see this center hole right here. That dog bone goes over that piece, and then the screw goes in to that hole, which a magnetic screwdriver will be your best friend here. Do not over tighten these screws in the center. Just snug. That's all you need. You're going to have a little, like I said, to keep these truck screws loose. Same thing, you're going to have a little play. There's going to be some up and down, left and right here. So that fits in there, and it is working as intended. So I'm going to move on over to the other one. And this one, I'm going to try to get the screw in ahead of time. And we'll show you the difference thereafter. So the second set of trucks uses metal wheels with close to appropriate flanges. Again, we're going to just screw that down. Just snug and no more. If you go over snug and you start cranking on them, you'll wind up poking your screws up through the top of the deck. So there are our metal wheels. You can see how they're a little bit tighter. The flanges hit right there. Whereas, I just knocked that coupler out because I didn't put the coupler cover on it yet. These just clear, and they fit a lot better. These cars weren't ever designed to go around like tiny radius curves, so everything does come super close. It is, unfortunately, it is to scale. So everything was super close in prototype. You're gonna have to, if you run them around sharp curves, you might knock off some of the stirrups with the wheels and whatnot, just the way they're designed. So as far as if you want to just display it, set it up, display it, put your nice heavy load on it and go, wow, that's cool, right? If you want to use it, you're going to have to do a little more work. Even these metal wheels, the flanges you can see are bigger than the plastic ones there, or the resin ones. So the resin ones are 100% to scale, and you can see how close that is. That's an inch or two gap, in reality. Whereas these ones, they're going to hit. These were the smallest metal wheels I could find in what I had laying around. So I didn't do a lot of research, but they do make accurate dimensional wheels that you could purchase if you wish to for these. So we're going to go ahead and set this car down and get you a little bit of a side shot and show you what it looks like and how they sit. And there you go. That is a Vicehead Resinworks Reading 9100 heavy duty flat car. And just so anyone's wondering, I do have an F34 that is still partially assembled because I took the wheels off of that to show you the two differences. You can see they're about the same size, same shape. You're just looking at the differences on this one to make it more accurate. So there's also, though, the F34 if you want to take a look. This is the old style body with the complete flat deck. And then there's our new accurate deck we're going to be releasing shortly here. But this video is going to apply for everything. So if my research serves right, I'm going to make this one for a couple different cars without the holes. And then the with the holes is F34 specific there. So this is how to assemble your F34s and your Reading 9100 flat car kits from Vicehead Resinworks.